Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad to have you here today. If you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're watching this on the replay, you're guaranteed just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, check out the description box below. I'm here 5 times a week and then some additional extra streams, but you can see the regular stream times down below. If you are returning and you are live, well, either way, if you're new or returning and live, go ahead and click that live chat button and feel free to make any requests towards your healing that you feel inclined to, whether it's general, specific. We're going to start off with a half hour to 40 minutes of building a beautiful crystal grid to all of your requests. So you can suggest the stones or let me pick out the best ones for you, your choice. And if you have not already checked out the description box below, you can find out all the information about me, my online Reiki classes, social media, community Discord, and crystal shop. So let's go ahead and start in on the grid. Welcome in, everyone. So good to see you all. I hope you had a good weekend. Let's see what we got. Maricela, welcome back. Grace, Coracar, Bethany, welcome back. Susan, good to see you. I hope you and Greg are doing well. And Coracar, I send the same love over to Vincent too. Okay, great. Let's get started. Lots of amazing requests already, so I've started us off just a little bit. Let's see. I will get to everybody's requests. I'm super excited. Let's see, so we've got to start off with copper as usual. Copper helps to break up blockages and get the optimal energy flowing. And here is clear quartz. So this is like an amazing booster, if you will, of other crystals, and it's a blank slate. This is a great stone. You know, when I hear folks say, oh, I really want to work with crystals, but it's so much money to buy all the crystals I want. Start with just a couple of clear quartz and just have them hold your intentions. If you start that way, you'll really get a feel for working with stones, and they can be any shape. And clear quartz is really easy to find. If you want to really boost the power of a stone that you're working with, you can place it on or near clear quartz as well. We also have some amethyst, which helps to kind of set interpersonal boundaries in the most basic sense, like what's my responsibility? I'm going to own that. What's their responsibility? I'm going to leave that for them. It's often linked with 12 steps and recovery type things for that reason, but it's also a great initial stone of connecting with our spirituality and connecting our spirituality with our day-to-day life. So if you feel very disconnected, like here's my workaday life, here's my spirituality, and I feel like they're so distant from one another, this is a great stone of blending those two for yourself. Hey, Heart, welcome in. It's good to see you. So let's see what else we got. We've got some great requests from Maricela. One of them is Numite, one of my favorite stones. It's so mystical and cool. So Numite is a great stone for shadow work. I hear that term bandied about and people get really freaked out because shadow sounds dark, scary, gloomy. It's not. Shadow work is to do the work on ourselves that we might not even see needs doing. It's all of our limiting beliefs, our habits, our things like that, and old wounds as well. Numite helps to go to those dark, difficult places with us. And this sort of gold flashing that you see popping out of it, it's referred to as Labradorescence. And while it looks like it reflects light in a very similar way to Labradorite, it's not actually Labradorite, but it's just, it's mentioning how the light is reflected. That is, on a spiritual level, thought to be emblematic of the inspiration it brings you in those dark times. So sort of like in the darkness suddenly comes a flash of brilliance and inspiration. So we'll go ahead and put that Numite on top of the clear quartz. Wonderful. Manifesting abundance, wealth, joy, protection. Absolutely. There's a lot of requests for abundance and things like that. And if you do want to, you can always reach out to me through social media or email and just sort of let me know, hey, Danielle, can you put in a crystal for this request? I won't be live, or I can't message you because I'm at work or anything. I'm happy to throw it in for you. So yeah, I've gotten a couple of those about abundance and things. So I've got some crystals pulled for that. I think we're all struggling with that right now. Things are definitely tough. Definitely tough. What else do we have? Some other good ones. One that I often really like with Pneumite and with a lot of things in general is Moonstone. So Moonstone can look a lot of different ways. But here, I'll show you a couple. So Moonstone is, I read tarot, and I often think of this as the stone that's most linked to the High Priestess. It's deep wisdom, divine feminine, it's knowledge, connection to the intuitive spark. So connection to spirit, connection to all of the ancient knowledge and wisdom of things past and practices past. This is highly linked with the moon and lunar cycles as well. So if you are doing any kind of work with the moon and moon magic, the waxing and waning cycles, this can be a really great stone for you as well. But it's excellent for intuition, especially when we want to have access to the wisdom we need to learn and grow. So if we're working on something like shadow work, this can be a very helpful tool indeed. It helps to lighten things up, give us some support, and still connect us to the sacred. It's also used by quite a few people for fertility, if that's the intention. So we'll leave some there. Okay. Next we have Tiger Eye, which is protective, and it offers a good amount of perspective. And when I say perspective, it's sort of like, think of it as tiger eye, yes, but almost like a hawk would pull its vision back and see everything put together. This is a stone that helps with study, research, digging through facts of the matter, finding flaws and things, a needle in a haystack. If you are like working through your books and you're like, what, something doesn't add up, something's wrong, or you're looking through code and you're like, what's the thing that's wrong in all of this? Tiger Eye can be exceptionally helpful. It's also very, very protective. So it's one that you can keep around you to help you shore up your energy field if you're somebody who's very empathic. So yeah, lots of ability to see things broad spectrum for what they are and put all the pieces together. So very helpful for studying. Loving all the love and support in the chat. Absolutely adore it. Absolutely, I'll add more for protection from others too. Cool, good stuff. We've also got Iolite, black Tourmaline, Fluorite, red Jasper. Red Jasper is deeply grounding. It's never a bad time for that. Anytime we're doing spiritual work, we need to ground, definitely. A lot of times we think of all of the stones that bring us to our upper chakras and connection to divine, and that's beautiful, but we also need to be connected here in this earth. Otherwise, it becomes really difficult to take that guidance and put it into action. Also, if we're dealing with anxiety or anything like that, sometimes the root chakra actually embodies things like fear and safety, fight or flight type stuff, which, fear and safety is a real thing. And then there's the false expectation appearing real. But yeah, sometimes there's a reason to be afraid, and sometimes we just have that sort of disconnection from our surroundings and we're overwhelmed with fear when there's not necessarily a need to have it. And that is really the core of anxiety. This can help ground us and make us feel satiated in the fear and safety center and allow us to enact our spiritual purpose here on this earth. So if you're like, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I feel like I can't get up and do it, red jasper can be very helpful in that way. Also polychrome jasper for that. Okay. There we go. We also have some fluorite. That's another one that's very helpful during times of anxiety. This is a stone of calming and going with the flow. It's a very light, gentle, supportive stone that helps to kind of lift our mood and allow us to naturally move some anxiety out of our heart. So I absolutely love it for that. It's also great for dental health if you're having teeth issues, because it is actually fluoride. So let's see. And this is the natural shape of fluorite. It forms these octahedrons, which is super fascinating. Okay, there we go. Next we have Iolite. Iolite is great for shamanic work and any kind of visionary meditation, but we use it here a lot because it does so many different things. It's also helpful for money management. So I know we're doing a lot of work on manifesting financial abundance. This helps us to work best with the money we have and that we bring in. It's also great for sleep issues, especially if it's intuitive or spiritual stuff that's keeping us up. So Iolite, wonderful for so many things. Let's go ahead and put Iolite on top of our amethyst. I feel like that feels right today. Next we have black tourmaline for sure. And this goes to support a couple of the requests. Maricela had specifically requested it, but I know that Heart was requesting stones to help keep our energy separate from those around us. Black tourmaline is excellent for that. This is a stone that it just sort of like repels energy that really doesn't belong in your field. It's not so much like a mirror reflecting it right back at the person. It's sort of like just keeping it away from you. I've had a lot of experiences with this. I've been known to sew this into curtains and it's worked really well. It's a very powerful stone, even though it's not one we often hear of or think of quite a bit. But yeah, this can be excellent for folks who have issues with keeping their energy separate, people who are empathic. I even have a small pendant of it that I sometimes wear if I'm going out to a place where I feel like there might be just a lot of energy. It helps me kind of keep my heart clear. So let's see. So I feel like that's it. So thank you so much for being here, Maricela. I think I got all your requests. Yep, I did. Awesome. Okay, so next we're going on to Grace. Let's see. Intention is for your brain. You're in training and it's overwhelming. And self-love. Tiger eye is definitely helpful. Let's bring in some Labradorite too. It's a great complement to tiger eye. Labradorite is another form of moonstone. And this one's more connected with the magician as opposed to the high priestess. Labradorite connects us with our intuition and also grounding that intuition into something where we can think logically with it. It's another stone that very much is used for academic pursuits, detective-y kind of things. Also seeing things in a way that takes all the disparate information and puts it together in a cohesive story, so it's easier to understand. So very much associated with study and research, this and tiger eye both. So we'll bring this in for you. And self-love, absolutely. I did see a request a little down lower for rose quartz, so I'm going to bring a little bit of that in. Rose quartz is an exceptional stone for unconditional love. When we are brokenhearted or just going through the day, no matter what the case, this is a stone that can help fill in our heart center in any way that we need that support. It can be a pretty intense stone, and I feel like we don't talk about that enough. This can be a really intense stone to work with if you're working through like significant traumas or deep wounds. So when you're working with it, you can work with a grounding stone, or you can just sort of take breaks if you need to. It's one that I often use with folks. It's sort of like as people are being vulnerable and opening up a bit, this can kind of fill in the gaps and be of support, which ultimately makes it easier for us to let go of more. You know, when there's a promise of abundance of something, it's easier to let go of what's in its way. How it's easier to quit a job when you have another one lined up. It's very similar. So rose quartz can be very helpful in that way. Let's see. And I'll bring in some other ones for self-love too for some of the requests I'm seeing. Thank you for being here, Grace. I hope you're doing well. Oh, Maricela, you use black tourmaline a lot. Oh yeah, hospital environment. Absolutely. When I was in the hospital for surgery following a broken leg, I made sure that this was in the small bag of personal effects. I definitely had a good amount of black tourmaline. Absolutely. It is very helpful. Very, very helpful. Let's see what else. Coracar. We've got clear quartz. We've got amethyst and rose quartz. Let's do citrine, lapis, and carnelian. Citrine is the first stone of abundance that we are bringing in today. Citrine helps to call in financial wealth as well as resource wealth. So whether that's actual liquid cash money, or if that is like real estate holdings, whatever it is that helps you to have not just liquid cash, but resources and feeling supportive and whole. But yeah, excellent for calling in money, basically. Putting it in the back left corner of your room or home or business can be very helpful too. So if you walk into the space with the door to your back, you would then place it in the back left corner. That's your money corner. You can also place it anywhere that you associate with making money. So like if you are doing a flea market or a festival, because we're coming up and we're very much in that time of the year, and you're selling goods, this is one to keep like taped to the back of your card processor or under the table or anything like that. Actually, let's go ahead and put them in the spiral so it gets that energy flowing. There we go. I like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, citrine. Also helps with balancing logic and intuition. Lapis, a stone of honesty and integrity. It's absolutely par excellence for moving up in your career and looking to work with people who embody that honesty and integrity, as well as showing up in that way yourself if you're looking to kind of grow those skills. If you're looking to advance in career, carry it around, you can hide some at your desk, anything like that. But it's also one that helps with pain and inflammation. So know that it helps with those as well. So lapis. Okay. Carnelian helps with relationships in every aspect. So not just romantic relationships, but also coworkers, colleagues, roommates, whoever it might be, in how we relate to each other. So the sacral chakra is very much how we show up in society and community and how we negotiate working with others. Here's what I bring, here's what you bring, here's how we can work together to get more done. It's the African proverb of, If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. This is very much the go far, go together. It's also fertility, sexuality. It's thought to aid with a lot of like sexual dysfunction and things like that. But yeah, wonderful stone for all those things. Keep it in any environment where there's a lot of people trying to work together. It's actually, as much as people use it for sexuality and fertility and things, I often suggest it for like work environments where people are trying to work together, but they're having difficulty kind of figuring out how to work together the best possible way. That can be helpful. So glad that you are here. So glad that you are well. Bethany wants some Untitled Jasper today. Absolutely. The stone of everything having to do with women's health and fertility. This is just an incredible stone for that. It can be helpful for marriage too. It's often given as like a marriage or wedding gift. Untitled is deeply feminine, really supportive, helps with all phases of a woman's life hormonally. So anything from like onset of menses to like menopause. Also thought to help with addictions, particularly and very specifically with quitting smoking. It's often used for that. Also anything having to do with body fluids and metabolism. So I wish you all the best. I hope this helps. And I'm glad that you're here. Awesome. Gut healing, stomach aches. Hi, Chris. Hi, JS. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. So protection, clarity. Definitely have a lot of clarity with Tiger Eye. Some with Labradorite. Let's see. Aragonite with Blue Caribbean Calcite. It's sort of like a stone of two very opposite ends of the spectrum. So it's a very good balancing stone. Aragonite is great for, it's actually a calcite that forms from the shells of like mollusks and things. This is a great stone for anything having to do with physical healing. And the Caribbean blue calcite that's in it is great for intuitive awareness and psychic ability. So like very much the upper chakras. This is very much thought to help with opening Kundalini because it balances the upper chakras and the lower chakras at the same time. So it can help facilitate that movement of energy up the Sushumna, excuse me, or spinal column to help all of the chakras and all the body's energy really align so that you can reach that connection to immortality, the connection to spirit, and overcoming sort of the limiting mindsets that can come with, I have to just do one thing. Kundalini is a complicated subject all in itself, and it really could warrant like way more than even the hour plus that we have today. But in general, this is an intentional movement of energy from the base of the spine up through the chakras, helping to bring us from in a place of balance from our most basic needs and primal urges all the way up through interdependence and how we're all connected to one another. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that here. knocking over Numite. So that's for Susan. Definitely going to bring in some Herkimer because so many of us are manifesting. We've used this quite a bit for Greg and finding his literary agent, but this can also be a stone that we can all use for what we're calling in on. It takes what we're looking at in terms of like what we're manifesting and calling on in our lives and helps to set a different tone for it, in that we want it to be most aligned with our spiritual highest good and the highest good of everyone else. It's a very high vibrational manifestation stone that also helps to harmonize energy, especially if things just feel out of sync somehow. It helps to balance those. It's also excellent for intuitive ability, psychic gifts, and relaxation, especially when you want to be in the moment. If you feel like you're constantly like have your mind in two places at once, this is a stone that can help you simply be where you are and focus on one thing at a time. But yeah, this can help you call on the people you need and want in your life, as well as the opportunities too. And we've got opening up to receiving money too. I've been doing quite a bit of research on that. I'm still researching, but I wanted to. Today I felt like one bringing in, let's see, what was it? I wanted to bring in Amazonite for that today. I know we've been using that quite a bit for spinal health, the spine and the nerves, but it also helps with self-respect. So seeing yourself, my thought is this, if we are opening up to see ourselves as worthy and deserving of the same support the same support, the same love, the same respect that we feel others are due, this is a stone that can help us to do that. For people who have a lot of respect and want to care for others and see that outwardly but have difficulties seeing that inwardly, Amazonite can be very, very helpful. It's an excellent caregiver stone. It helps, like I said, it also helps on the physical level, but this is a stone for nurses, hospice workers, people that work in animal shelters, anything like that, anything that involves just giving care. But especially helps to balance and remind you that you need care, you are worthy of that caring for you is allowing you to care for more folks too, if that's the way you want to look at it. But yeah, in general, calming, also luck and winning. So just know that for those of you that are manifesting. Also helps with protecting women too, just in case that's what you're manifesting to. But anything neuro or spinal nerves, this can be really helpful for. So yeah, I think this might be helpful for Vincent. I had been researching and I think this one is it. I'll keep researching too and see if there's other ones. But I'm going to bring this in. There we go. And Amazonite comes in a wide range of different tones, like from a deeper blue to the very light, bright kind of blue. We also had a request for digestive calm. Moonstone can be helpful for digestive calm as well as boosting the immune system, which it's that time of year. It's that time of year, the kids have been back in school for over a month and everybody's sick. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring that in. Also for making decisions and accepting change. So if you're moving through some change in your life and you're finding it really difficult to get up, accept it, and make changes, this can be exceptionally helpful. And like most Jaspers, it comes in a wide variety of shades and colors, including like a mustardy yellow, which I actually don't have at the moment, but I have ordered. Let's see what else. You fell asleep Sunday night, Chris? Great. I'm glad to hear that. Leg pain, meniscus. Oh man, absolutely. Absolutely. I think the one that I feel called to use, just let me... Tourmalinated quartz can be really helpful for those, for the secondary tissues, as can Shungite. So I saw a request for clearing our fields of energy as well. This can kind of help with both of those things. So we'll start with Shungite. Sorry about that. It's definitely physical repair. So whatever the tissue is, kind of helping us to physically repair, as well as releasing stress and emotional pain. Additionally, the energy of others. Shungite is often used in water filter systems, and it absorbs what's around it. It also does that energetically. So if you're holding on to energy that's not yours, or energy that was yours that you're better off letting go of, Shungite can help remove that from your field. This is also one that helps to kind of protect us from electromagnetic static. If you're very sensitive to those things, it can be helpful. But yeah, energy blocks, especially tissue repair. Body tissue of any kind and variety. I'm actually going to put that around the Moonstone. And tourmalinated quartz can help too with, especially with surgeries, orthopedic surgeries, secondary tissues, no matter what it is. When we have these kinds of things, a lot of times scar tissue can be an issue. Tourmalinated quartz can break up that scar tissue. It can also help ground nervous energy too, for those of us who are like nervousness going on. Fortune, luck, and new jobs, as well as clearing energy from deep within, anything that's within us holding us back. So we talked about black tourmaline. The black streaks we see included in this clear quartz are black tourmaline. This helps to clear deep within the body to help kind of push out any of the energies that we're just kind of done with. So it works very well with Shungite in that way. Shungite kind of absorbs it. This kind of repels it. But this is a stone that does so many things. It's thought to be protective for travel, and it's been used as a travel amulet for a long time. But then there's also how it helps us to heal from emotional trauma, in that when the energy of that emotional trauma is kind of stuck in the body, the black tourmaline can kind of help push it out. So on every level of physical and emotional healing and breaking up scar tissue, this is a great stone to work with. So definitely the Shungite and this to help with the healing. And because it's helpful with, you know, jobs and abundance and things like that, I kind of want to bring it in for that purpose too. Okay, there we go for that. And what else do we have from our list? I think we're almost there. Actually, dizziness and vertigo and things like that, Lapis. Lapis can be very, very helpful for that. So I hope that that helps, JS. Have a great day. Just double checking everyone's request. Manifesting abundance, wealth, joy. Literary agent, lawyer, success for upcoming reading. Buyers for art, absolutely. Let's do those manifestation stones, excuse me, those money stones and those joy stones, and dive into the healing. So what do we have? Cool. So here we go. Sadly, I don't think we're going to have time to vote on a stone because we've got such amazing, hey Key, just because we've got so many amazing requests today. I think that we're good, but I want to bring all three of these in because I know like the vote always ends in, yeah, we want both anyway. So we have here three great stones. This is Cinnabar. Cinnabar is a stone that helps with, it's considered the merchant stone. It helps with calling in customers, people to purchase things that we are looking to sell, which I know is the case for a few of you. For anyone that's looking to have success in business of any kind, but it's also, especially in ancient China, it was thought to be an excellent prosperity stone. So I really want to call it in for that. It is mercury, so be very careful when you work with this stone. As you can see, I'm holding it by, I'm not holding it by the red, I'm kind of holding it here. This is not a stone to put in water and drink. I don't suggest doing that with any crystals, but especially not with this one. But yeah, it was classically the merchant stone. You'll very seldom find Cinnabar, and usually when you find it, you'll see it like this, where there's just traces of that red. This is still not the greatest, like as far as like safety, but there's a heck of a lot less of it. So yeah, it is a somewhat toxic stone, but it does do the job. We also have another piece of citrine, but specifically a point. Now there's carved points and there's natural points. This is a natural point. Nobody cut this into the shape. So I feel like any kind of point, whether it's carved or natural, it helps direct the energy in a particular direction. And because we have a very particular sense within each of us about how we want to call in financial abundance and wealth, I wanted to bring in a pointed citrine to help support that. And yellow calcite. Yellow calcite is a stone of joy and happiness, finding that solar plexus balance of I love myself and I have respect for myself and I take joy in being who I am. It can be very balancing to the solar plexus chakra, whether you're very overstated and you tend to be your personality tends to overshadow others, or if you're very understated and you tend towards being a little bit more of a doormat, or thinking that you need to put others before yourself in a lot of ways that maybe aren't super helpful. This helps us to find joy in who we are, joy in moving through life, and joy in that balance of this is who I am. I'm proud of who I am. I love who I am, and I can't wait to share that with other people who love who they are and are proud of who they are and want to share that joy too. So I want to bring that in. And I also wanted to bring in some Tourmalinated Smoky Quartz. Rutilated Smoky Quartz. Rutilated quartz in general, that's quartz that has these, I'm not sure if you can quite see it, but there are lines in there called rutils. It's a little hard to get on camera. Very, very faint. That's thought to direct the energy exactly where it needs to go. With Smoky Quartz in particular, this helps to calm worry, but it also helps us to transmute energy. So if we have energy that we're looking to move through, we've got things like tourmalinated quartz and black tourmaline to help repel. We've got things like shungite to help absorb it and pull it away from us. Smoky quartz helps to actually shift that energy and regenerate it and renew it and restore it. So it's also very protective and helps us to seek quite a bit of insights. Deeply balancing and grounding helps us to see things for what they are. This is an example of a carved point, and so I'm going to put that in the center as well. I feel like smoky quartz can be very helpful when it comes to worry and transmuting energy, especially when we're looking to manifest things. Sometimes it's a matter of shifting out of old patterns. This can help to transmute that energy on a deep level. So, and for Chris's sister and the spinal stenosis, yeah, definitely Amazonite. I have that in here for sure. That'll help. That's spinal nerves and things like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive on in. I'm going to add one more. I feel to also bring in yeah, absolutely, because we had a couple of requests for pain and pain mitigation. I want to bring in celestite. This is connected with the angel realms, so if you want to connect with your angels and get guidance on your soul's purpose, if you want to connect with your angels intuitively or feel their support, or if you want to help lift yourself into your upper chakras a bit, and I feel like that helps kind of shift our experience of physical pain, celestite can be very helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in, and now I'm going to just explain a little bit of what Reiki is and how it works for those who are new, and then we will get into the healing. So go ahead and get cozy. And thank you all so much for being here. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, my name's Danielle Stimpson, and I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you want to learn more about my online Reiki classes, community Discord, crystal shop, or social media, any of that good stuff, it's all in the description below. And I'm here 5 times a week to live stream this to you, bringing some healing no matter where you are or when you are. Because Reiki, the style of Reiki that I work with is actually known as Usui Reiki. It's based on the roots of it are really based in the ancient Japanese indigenous spirituality of Shintoism. While Usui pulls from many different things when creating this method in the 1920s, the understanding of Reiki that is the foundation for it all does come from Shintoism. It's that understanding that everything has a soul, everything is interconnected. And when we act and react, it's having an impact on everyone and everything around us. One of the, we could say, if we want to use the analogy of energy, we could say one of the frequencies or one of the energies in the universe is this spiritually guided soul energy or life energy. And that's what Reiki more literally translates to. So this energy is not my energy, it's not yours, but it is an energy that connects everyone and everything on the planet. It's one of the energy forces that are here. And it's already a part of you. It's already flowing through you. Even if you've never heard of it before, it's there. Much like we're mostly made of water, but we don't really think about it that way, we're made of energy, even if we don't think of it that way. Even though water is so important to our physical survival, we don't have to consciously think about all of the different processes that happened in our body to utilize that water when we bring it in. Very much the same with Reiki. Reiki energy is used by our body, mind, and spirit to help bring a greater sense of balance, which supports our body to do what it knows it needs to do best on an emotional level, physical level, mental level, and spiritual level. A lot of times, a few of these all at once. So during your session, you may feel physical sensations or a reduction in physical sensations. You may have some emotions come up. You may have an awareness of your kind of inner monologue or your subconscious, or you might get some sudden intuitions and divine guidance. However your session shows up for you, it is absolutely perfect in this moment. And if you watch this healing over and over again, it'll feel a little different every time, just based on what your body, mind, and spirit want to do with it. It's a very passive type of energy healing in that way. So when I am essentially sending you Reiki, what I'm doing is connecting with this energy that is already a part of everything. And I'm essentially connecting with it and directing more of it to you, allowing your spirit body to make that rebalance and have those shifts. At any point in time, you can set an intention, no matter what the healing intention is for yourself. Just go ahead and bring it to mind, think of it, and let it go. During the session, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to keep your mind silent. You don't need to focus on anything. The best thing you can do is get as comfortable as possible, move around all you need to accomplish that. If you want to lie down with your eyes closed, if you want to sit up and meditate, it's totally up to you. But I generally suggest just getting cozy, taking a deep breath, closing your eyes, and seeing what the Reiki has in store for you. If you fall asleep, cool. Awesome. Sounds great. As Chris kind of demonstrated, definitely a good idea if you really have to be somewhere soon to like set an alarm if you're tired, because you might just sleep. But you also may have intuitions and things coming up and sensations in your body. I will be sending this Reiki to you for 25 minutes. And at the end, you'll hear my voice come back in and invite you to take a deep breath. Come back to the space. I'll reopen the chat and you can ask any questions and share any experiences that you feel so inclined. You can also, if you're watching this in the future or if you think of those questions later, go ahead and reach out to me through social media or leave a comment and I'll do my best to help. During the session, I will turn the music up. If you want to learn more about the creator who developed that music, you can see it all in the description. And I will turn the lights down. You'll see them gently moving from color to color, and at no point will they flash or strobe. So you are good there. Additionally, this is a great time for you to just sort of be. The idea that this energy already connects us in all different kinds of ways means that it doesn't matter where you are as far as miles or kilometers from me, and it doesn't matter when you are. So no matter when you are watching this video, you will be able to enjoy the healing as it best suits you in that moment. So thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this with you today. So let's dive back into the healing and let's feel better than we did when we showed up today. Fantastic. Oh, Chris, thank you for lighting the candle for everyone. Appreciate that so much. Awesome. So everybody go ahead, get cozy. There's no wrong way to enjoy this time. If you want to get up and do some stretches, great. If you want to journal, cool. If you want to just sort of take a snooze, sounds epic. Whatever works for you is absolutely perfect. The next community distance Reiki will be tomorrow, Wednesday at 4 p.m. And yeah, enjoy your session. I will come back for you in 25 minutes, which will put us at 20 after. invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. If you'd like to come back, go ahead and gently bring your awareness back to the room that you're in by first bringing your attention to your body. Feel free to move, stretch, or bend. If you'd like to, you can wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Come back to the space that you're in. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with you. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to share, go ahead and add it to the chat. Good morning, Lisa. And you're welcome, Heart. Good day to you too. You're welcome, Vincent. Good to see you. I'm glad you're doing well. You're welcome, Chris. Good to see you. So yeah, as a reminder, this is the new weekly Tuesday time, 10 a.m. We no longer have a Thursday morning. We have Tuesday morning. So the regular regular distance Reiki is Tuesdays 10 a.m., Wednesdays 4 p.m., Fridays 4 and 8 p.m., Sundays 8 p.m. Oh, JS. Oh, you're welcome, JS and Chris. Yeah, sometimes crying during Reiki is like, it can be like a lot of emotions can come up. You're so welcome, Lisa. Intense and relieving at the same time. Yeah, warm sensation in the throat. A lot of times it's just that it sounds like an expression, just kind of letting it out. It's like warm tears. Just, it can be grief, it can be happiness, it can be, yes, all the things. But thank you so much for sharing that with us. Also, for those of you who are students, and even if you're not, I did put out a newsletter this morning. If you are not on my newsletter list, there's a link in the description. But there are new Reiki, student Reiki share dates just for my students through the end of the year. All new dates. And my books are open for November for readings, Reiki, and IET in person and over a distance. And any other good stuff? Oh yeah, and there's classes for Reiki 1 and 2 and Mastery, all live online small classes with me. November and December classes are enrolling now. So thank you so much. Yes, all the things, JS. Yeah, totally. But you can find information about all that stuff at the link in the description. I'm so glad. Thank you for sharing that, JS. And lots of love to you. I hope that it's helpful. Tears are better out than in generally. Well, with an abundance of love and gratitude to all of you, I am going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close here. Thank you so much for being here. I do hope to see you back again. So if you haven't already subscribed with your notifications on to make sure that you don't miss an opportunity to jump in, go ahead and do that now. And remember, you can always access past streams by looking at the past stream playlist. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care of yourself, and bye for now.